This is a very special edition of Tyler's Android Journey. It's so special, in fact, look, we got a new blackjack game up, so there's a deuce of diamonds there, the dealer down card. Making a new game. Making a new game. Look at all these pups that came out for the party. This is going to be a blackjack game, okay? Really basic. I'm trying to make it from memory though, based on what I've learned about programming. So, okay. Here's the issue that I've been having, is dealing with how are these cards, which are part of a cards class, let's look at that, cards, so I got like a card number, a full name, a rank, location, secondary value. I want to be able to basically tell, look at this, look at this Excel spreadsheet, if it's a deuce of hearts, if it's a deuce of spades, dynamic, is it dynamic? False, 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 false. But an ace, ace of clubs, ace of diamonds in my Excel spreadsheet is true. Okay, I want to give it a point value if it's dynamic. I got some abbreviations. Doesn't this kind of look like chemistry? ASP. It's a SP plus an A, ace of spades. You see how everything in chemistry is interrelated? Maybe it's all a game. It's the 51st card in an unshuffled deck. Why? Because in programming it starts with a 0, but you already know that because you're a pro. But basically, you know, it's all related. Interesting, right? Is it a discard? False. I haven't discarded it yet. I'm actually not using all of these because what happened was when I first made this program, it didn't even work. It wasn't even doing what I wanted it to do, and it was frustrating. And it took me, look at my backups. You're gonna laugh. Okay, let's look at my backups. Blackjack backup. Okay, look how frustrated I got. Whoop. Come on, dude. Okay, look how frustrated. November 5th. Alright, let's start this project, guys. November 6th. Oh, it's going so well. November 7th. Oh, this is fun. Oh, wow. I'm beasting. So many updates. November 9th. Oh, this is just the best app I've ever made. I'm having a blast. November 10th. Man, making progress. November 12th. Doing good. Not as good as the other date. November 13th. Alright. November 30th. Took me 2 weeks to solve this problem. You're probably like, what is this problem? Well, here's the issue. Let's say you have a deck of cards that are part of their own class. How do you make it so you access properties like the blackjack, the code, and their name if they're all objects? Right? Because I want to shuffle the deck. So I came up with this idea where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just concatenate the here, let me pull up one of my backups. Let's do a November 13th. No, I'll go a day before. Blah, blah, blah. November 12th, because I know that's going to be bad stuff. Okay, look at this. I'm going to edit this. Okay, look at this. So I got my cards, right? I set them up. They're private cards. They're cards that are made by the class. Scroll down, go down, and see? Adding the card name, adding the location, the rank, the name. That's all been added because it's an object. But then, man, there's a lot of data. Okay, scroll down. Okay. Set up cards. Nope. This is too go later. Let's do November 13th A. Main activity, edit. Okay, I first started messing with maps. Maps. The maps didn't work. Detect variance. I'm like, oh wow, this works. Okay, I started messing with this. Ugh, horrible. Random generator, new random. That's not bad. But here's what happened. I'm like, okay, add the test. Okay, let's convert the concatenated card plus a randomly generated integer into making a card name that I could pull the full name from. See? Card plus random integer. I was like, okay, turn that random integer into a string and then convert that to a name of a card. But here's the real problem. Every time I was referring to a new object, not the original object. Even after I tried messing around, there's more to this. I tried doing all this stuff. I tried like making very intricate like casting things in order to get it to work. It just wouldn't work until I read an online book. Programming Android Development, Pure Java, Chapter 1. Read this online book. Pretty good book. I'm up to Chapter 11. After I got to Chapter 11, I'm like, you know what? Let's put the thing in Java, OOP, web, things, blah, 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 blah. Okay, close it. After I read the book, I'm like, you know what? I need to make an array because I'm having a violation of it's pointing to the wrong thing. So then I read that book, at least the first 11 chapters of that book, until finally I went and someone came up with an idea of like, okay, make an array list. And then I was also talking with my buddy on Thanksgiving. And I'm like, I already knew I needed to make an array. I was just trying to get around it. But the truth is, I should have just used an array from the beginning. But reading that book, what I realized is I haven't really made a lot of arrays in Java. I was mostly making arrays in ActionScript. So I needed a refresher on how to do it. And the best way to do it in Java is an array list. So I'm going to scroll down. This is more like how I made the cards. And nope, it's print the details. This is still a card class. Okay, shuffle it. That's it. Where was? Oh, maybe the array name was in the beginning. Okay. Oh, here's the most important part. Oh, here it is. List cards, right? Make a list. Guess what this is? Anybody? Put it in the comments. This is referring to let's see, my custom cards class that I made. This list, so I'm saying a list, remember you got to import your imports. This is an actual import. Import array or import list. What kind of cards? Named card array uno equals a new array list. You got to import this too. This is an actual importable homeboy thing. This list of cards, card array uno, is okay. This list, no, yeah, a list of cards named card array uno is being assigned to a new array list, gotta import that too, of cards. We're only talking about cards here. This is, whenever I'm doing anything, then I'm going to be dealing with this array. A list and an array list is basically just an array. But Java has a lot of neat things it does with it. So, list cards named array uno is being assigned to a new array list of cards that is currently empty. And then look at my card. Public class, string card number, boolean. This is now part of my cards class, but if you look in my actual programming, I instantiated this. So these are the cards names all the way down to 51. List cards array uno is being instantiated, initialized, pre-initialized before the onCreate method. Why would I do that? Take a think. Say it in the comments. Why would I instantiate it or prep it here instead of inside a function? Well, put your mouse over it. We want it so this list is part of blackjack main activity card array uno. It's right. This is basically what we're saying. Main activity, part of the main activity. Okay, so we're going to go down. Main activity, create card array, shuffle deck. Let's go down. Create card array. Whoa, I'm adding all these cards to what? To card array uno. Right? Okay, keep going. All these cards array. Print card array uno dot get at 0. That means that's first location of the array. Prep the map text view. This is something I have on my Android tablet. You won't be able to read that well, but you can read other stuff. Okay, so here's that shuffle the deck code. Print. So, okay. Okay, here's the important part. We got my random generator that we looked up earlier. System out print line generated. So I'm saying this is just generated. This dot card array uno dot get a random integer, which is made by this code. You already know about that kind of stuff. Dot full name. So this is the beauty of it. Okay. This is why Alert Pup is excited about it. Okay. The reason why is because this doesn't come up with an error and it doesn't crash the program. Why? Because I'm not concatenating any kind of like strings and trying to cast it as something that it's not. I'm just saying get the card at that location. All that location is a random number. I'm just saying this dot card array uno get me card number whatever, man. Get me whatever card you get me. But tell me the full name of that card when you do. So get me whatever card that's in, get me whatever is in your array at that random number. But tell me the full name, please, of what you find. How come this works? Well, I'll tell you why it works. It works because, bam, it is we already know that card array uno is an array list based on objects which are called cards. Okay, it's only going to be a card. That's why the dot full name doesn't come up with an error. This could save you time. This little piece of knowledge here. Especially if you're coming from another language like ActionScript like me, where I wasn't thinking critically about my class structure. Or if, let's say, and maybe it won't save you time, maybe it'll make things worse, but I bet it will be good. And then I also said this dot card array dos, remember I added another array too, add this dot card array uno dot get a random integer. So now I'm saying add to a different, I guess you're guessing that this card array is eventually going to be called deck. You're thinking ahead. Add a new card based on that 52 deck. Now you're getting it. And systemout.print the entire deck of cards. And what do I get? Here we go. After all that code, missing something. Give me a second. Here it is. Okay, let me just make this bigger so you can see it. Okay, so as that code's going through, remember it said generated? So this is something else, but then it's a generated deuce of diamonds, card 2. Generated 3 of clubs, card 5. Remember, because this was originally from my concatenated garbage. This wasn't helping me. Generated ace of spades, but this is good. Generating jack of spades. We go down. Now here is the most beautiful part of why this works. Is remember at the end, I said spew out the entire array dose, and look what we get. Com over dot blackjack dot cards 4131503F com blackjack cards 413155650. Wait a minute. Those aren't names of any of the cards. Those aren't any of these names. Well, guess what, dude? I didn't tell it to give me their names. I just wanted it to print the entire array. So what these things are names of, if I had to take a guess, these are actually names of locations or hard-coded addresses made by the kind of like the Android serializer. What this means is an array is the only logical way to go about adding or accessing an array is the only logical, this level of programming for accessing random things, but very specific aspects of random things that we don't know what's going to go in. Or at least, if I was going to use a map, I should have done it in the way where I was, if I was going to use a map, now I probably could use a map if I wanted to. If I was going to set it up in a way where I was, using the cards as the type of I guess, what is this, a parameter? This might be a parameter. I can't remember if that's a parameter or an argument. But using an array list was very effective, and there is no argument there.